If you are a true chosen one, this is what usually happens to you within relationships. When I speak of relationships, not only am I referring to romantic ones, but also relations with friends, with colleagues, with business, and with collaborations. Because you, as a chosen one, as the truth, as you walk with truth, you uphold certain standards naturally. And some of those standards are too high in the perception of others. You uphold certain standards and what you expect from others and those around in integrity and in high regard that many are not used to. While you are naturally called to live your life in such standard, that is hard to comprehend that others cannot meet them and or conform to them. That is why many who can't comprehend or dismiss the opportunity to understand you better will label you as stuck up, arrogant, or just too much. Those that are not used to it feel cornered energetically in your presence and when you set the standards for them. Therefore, the only out for them is to remove themselves from these high regards by reacting and misbehaving and rebelling against those standards. These types are not willing to do the work, or they are not willing to ask and or admit they need assistance. Have you ever noticed when you are newly dating and or getting to know a romantic partner, one mishap and one inconvenience that you bring up to discuss with your significant other, they tend to react in a negative way immediately and shift blame in order to dismiss accountability? Because they are running from the truth, they will jump over the topic of discussion and bring up and discuss things and issues about you and what they are not content with, as this was the first time you are hearing of this issue, in which may catch you off guard. It will catch you off guard because you know you are communicative and you know that you would communicate with them about these issues if they had been expressed, when clearly they haven't. This is how they gaslight the situation. And it can be hard for us chosen ones because we genuinely would prefer harmony, working things out, and coming together, but sometimes our potential partners will show that they are not willing and or capable of building what we seek for ourselves and our relationships. Therefore, we must execute our executive decision on the matter. As a chosen one, usually we attempt to reconcile, but if it can't happen, we know we have to make the decision to move on, in which is what we prefer not to do. And our love interests, if not always, unexpectedly show and appear that they moved on from you quickly and easily. But you know, and I know, and even they know, that it's all just a facade. And we, as chosen ones, are usually perplexed on these self-sabotaging behaviors. They paint a show as if they will give the next person everything we were requiring of them, and that this whole time it was a you problem. All they do is to try to build this facade that they have moved on from you, to appear they have many options, to appear that they felt not much for you and the potential relationship. Because they felt undermined by your standards, they wanted you to feel less as they have, which is why they flaunted a new person quickly to make you feel less than you are, less than what they felt for you. When we know that that is farther from the truth, when we know this new person is not someone we are fazed about, what we are hurt by is the fact that someone who we thought cared about us mutually would do such an action to cause us pain and hurt purposefully, intentionally. Someone who we knew we had a strong, close bond would turn around and betray by pretending. That is the betrayal for us, not the new person you are flaunting. The betrayal is also dismissiveness upon our intelligence and our respect. They felt less than within themselves, therefore they needed you to feel less than about yourself by choosing easier, by choosing one who will accept bare minimum. They wanted you to question your self-worth, your worthiness, and feel some type of way about yourself because they knew you held more power within the relationship, which caused them to feel weak and lesser than you. And because you uphold such high standards, because you expected more, expected growth, expected them to show up more than the bare minimum, they wanted to break you and get you where it hurts, where you question yourself and your worth. Naturally, this created them to rebel against you and destroy you within the process, within the storm that is brewing, so they feel they are coming out on top. That bright light they first admired and loved, they resented you for and wanted to destroy that part of you so that you can feel less than in order to even the playing field. All this to avoid themselves doing the work and looking at the mirror truthfully. And this type of behavior and dynamic happens in all types of relationships, just in different contexts. Identify how this dynamic plays out in your life. Recognize it for what it is. Do not absorb it as your own issue or problem. Know where they begin and you end. Know what is yours to account for and what is theirs to be accounted for. When you deeply understand this knowledge, you will no longer feel personally attacked or victimized. It is not only your burden to bear. Thanks for listening and receiving this message. Please take what you need and let go of the rest. If you have enjoyed this content and it resonates, please support in any way you can. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you're interested in working with me as a life coach, or if you need more information about my coaching services and specialties, I'd be happy to give you more information. Please email me. My email is down below, and I wish for all to find what they're seeking.